right, so let's see. So all of these are like terms. So 17ab minus 6ab minus 6ab. So we just need to do 17 minus 6 minus 6. So 17 minus 6 would be 11, and then 11 minus 6 would be 5. So that would equal 5ab. All right, number 4 says, simplify by using the associative property of multiplication. All right, so it says -4 times 3x squared. So what they're trying to say is that's the same thing as -4 times 3x squared, which means it's -12x squared. Okay. Number 5 says, use the distributive property to simplify this expression. So I'm just going to distribute the 7. So 7 times p is 7p minus 7 times 9 would be 63. So that's equal to 7p minus 63. All right. Number 6. So let's see. There's nothing on the inside of the parentheses that we can combine or anything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. So I'll start by distributing the 8. So 8 times -3b is -24b. And then 8 times 6 is 48. So this would be plus 48. Plus, and then I'm going to distribute the 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. So that's 24b squared minus, and then again, 6 times 4 is 24. So that'll be 24b. And then I'm just going to bring down the -24 that was in the front. So I have -24 minus 24b plus 48 plus 24b squared minus 24b. And now I'm going to combine like terms. So let's see. So I usually like to, when I have an expression like a polynomial like this, I like to have it in the descending order of powers. So like the highest power is first. So that would be, in this case, 24b squared. I'm going to write that one down first. And you don't necessarily have to do it in that order, but it just helps. All right, and then next let's look at the b's. So I have -24b minus 24b. So -24 minus 24 is going to equal -48b. And then I have the constant terms, which is going to be -24 plus 48. So that's the same thing as saying 48 minus 24. So that's going to equal +24. Okay, so my final answer is 24b squared minus 48b plus 24. All right, and number 7 says simplify the algebraic expression. So I'm going to combine the like terms. First, I'm going to combine the x's. 9x plus 5x equals 14x. And then I'll combine the constant terms. So 8 minus 3 would be positive 5. So my final answer in that case is 14x plus 5. All right. Number 8. So let's see. In this case, there's really nothing I need to distribute. So those parentheses, I'm just going to ignore them. So it's really just 2 plus x plus 20. So I'm just going to bring down the x, and then I'm going to combine the constant terms, which is the 2 plus the 20, and that equals 22. So x plus 22 would be the final answer. Number 9, 20 plus 4 times 3c minus 1. And the first thing I need to do is distribute the 4. So 4 times 3c would equal 12c. And then 4 times negative 1 would equal negative 4. And I'm going to bring down plus 20 on the front. And then I'll bring down 12c because it doesn't have any like terms to combine with it. And then I'm going to combine the constant, which is 20 minus 4, which equals positive 16. So my final answer for that one is 12c plus 16. Okay, number 10, I need to distribute. So distribute the 5. So 5 times 5a gives me 25a. And then 5 times b is just going to be 5b. So I've got 25a plus 5b plus, and then I need to distribute this 5 here. So 5 times 3a would be 15a plus, and then 5 times 5b would be 25b. All right, so I have 25a plus 5b plus 15a plus 25b. Okay, so now I can combine the like terms. So I'll start with the a's. 25a plus 15a equals 40a. And then I'll combine the b's. So 5b plus 25b equals 30b. So my final answer for that one is 40a plus 30b. All right, number 11 says evaluate negative x squared plus 7 for x equal to 5. Okay, so we're going to put 5 in place of the x. So that's going to equal negative parentheses 5 squared plus 7. And then I'm going to simplify that by PEMDAS. So first I need to do the exponents. So 5 squared equals 25. And then I would just bring down the negative, because the negative doesn't go in the parentheses. So now it's negative 25 plus 7. So if my account is overdrawn by $25 and I deposit $7, still going to be negative, but now it's going to be negative 18 is the final answer. All right. Number 12 says, evaluate x squared plus 7x minus 4 for x equals to 9. All right, so we're going to put 9 in place of each x in the expression. All right. All right, so let's write that down first. And I'm just going to put the 9 in the parentheses. So it's 9 squared plus 7 times 9 minus 4. Okay, so there's nothing in the parentheses to do. It's just the number 9. So I'm going to do the exponents. So 9 squared is 81. And I could go ahead and do the multiplying as well. And so 7 times 9 equals 63. So now I have 81 plus 63 minus 4. So 81 plus 63 equals 144. So then 144 minus 4 would be equal to 140. All right. Number 13 says, evaluate the given expression for x equals negative 5. And the given expression is 3x squared minus 4x minus 2. Okay, so we're going to plug in negative 5 in place of each of the x's in the expression. Okay. Right, so it's going to be 3 times negative 5 squared minus 4 times negative 5 minus 2. So first I'm going to do the exponent. So negative 5 squared is negative 5 times negative 5, which equals a positive 25. And I'm going to keep that in parentheses because it's got to still multiply times the 3. Okay. I'm just going to bring the rest of this down. So 3 times 25 minus 4 times negative 5 minus 2. All right, so next I'm going to just do my multiplication. All right, so 3 times 25 equals 75. And then negative 4 times negative 5 would equal a positive 20. So I have 75 plus 20 minus 2. Okay, so 75 plus 20 equals 95. So 95 minus 2 equals 93. Okay. Number 14 says evaluate the given expression for x equals -1 and y equals -3. And the given expression is -x squared minus 4xy plus 5y cubed. Okay. So x is -1. So we're going to plug -1 in for each of the x's. And then y is -3. So we have to plug in -3 for each of the y's. All right. All right. So negative parentheses, -1 squared minus 4 times -1 times -3 plus 5 times, oops, -3 to the third power. Okay. All right. All right, let's see here. Exponents. So I'm going to square the -1, which is going to become a +1. -1 times the -1 would be +1. I'm going to bring down that negative there. I can also do, let's see, -3 to the third power is another exponent I need to do. So -3 times -3 would be +9, times -3 would be -27. Okay, that's still going to have to be multiplied by 5. All right, and then let's go ahead and multiply. I'll go ahead and do this multiplication. So a negative times a negative times a negative is going to end up still being negative. 4 times 1 times 3 is 12. So I have -1 minus 12 plus 5 times -27. So the next thing I need to do is multiply 5 times -27. So I know that's going to be a negative. And I know that 5 times 20 is 100 and 5 times 7 is 35. So this should be 135. So I have -1 minus 12 minus 135. All right, so basically, I know that my answer is going to be negative, and I can just add these numbers together to get my final answer. Okay. So it's basically 13 plus 135, so it's going to be 148. -148 would be the final answer. All right, number 15 says the formula C equals 5/9 times F minus 32 expresses the relationship between Fahrenheit temperature F and Celsius temperature C. Use the formula to convert 59 degrees Fahrenheit to its equivalent on the Celsius scale. Okay, so that all that means is that we just need to take 59 and plug it in place of F in the formula. So that's going to be C equals 5/9 parentheses 59 minus 32. All right, so I think I'll go ahead and do what's in the parentheses first. So 59 minus 32 would equal 27. All right, so C equals 5/9 times 27. Okay, well, 27 is the same thing as 27 over 1. So 5/9 times 27 over 1. Well, I know that 9 goes into 27 3 times, and 9 goes into 9 1 time. So it's basically just 5 times 3. So it equals 15 degrees Celsius. So 59 degrees Fahrenheit equals 15 degrees Celsius. All right. Number 16, simplify the algebraic expression. So we need to distribute. We have 5 parentheses, 3x plus 5 minus 18. So distribute. So 5 times 3x is 15x. And then 5 times 5 is 25. So I have 15x plus 25 minus 18. And then I will just combine the like terms. 25 minus 18 is equal to 7. So my final answer would be 15x plus 7. Okay. Number 17, simplify the algebraic expression. So 3 times negative 3x squared equals negative 9x squared. And then 3 times 2x would equal 6x. So that would be negative 9x squared plus 6x. And then on the second set of parentheses, we're just going to be distributing the negative, or you could also think of it as there's an invisible 1 right here, and you're multiplying by negative 1. Either way, it's just going to change the sign of what's in there. Okay, so that would become minus 4x plus 3x squared. Okay, so we're looking at negative 9x squared plus 6x minus 4x plus 3x squared, and we want to combine like terms. So negative 9x squared plus 3x squared. So negative 9 plus 3 equals negative 6. So that becomes negative 6x squared. And then we want to combine the x's. So 6x minus 4x equals a positive 2x. So our final answer for that is negative 6x squared plus 2x. Okay. All right, number 18 says the maximum heart rate in beats per minute that you should achieve during exercise is 220 minus your age. Your exercise goal is to improve cardiovascular conditioning. Use the formulas to answer parts A and B. All right, so the lower limit of the range is 7/10 times 220 minus your age, and the upper limit of the range is 4/5 times 220 minus your age. So what is the lower limit of the heart rate in beats per minute for a 28-year-old with the exercise goal? Okay, so they want the lower limit, so we're going to use that formula, and we're going to plug in 28 for A. So that would be H equals 7/10 times 220 minus 28. And then we'll just have to simplify that. So 220 minus 28 would equal 192. So H equals 7/10 times 192. Okay, so let's just go ahead and multiply. So that's like 192 over 1. So let's go ahead and multiply 7 times 192. So that gives me 1344. So I've got 1344 over 10. So if I divide by 10, that's the same thing as just moving the decimal point one time to the left. So that would be equal to 134.4 beats per minute. All right, so that's the minimum heart rate to maintain. And then the upper limit, just use the other formula and plug in 28 into the upper limit formula. Okay, so that will be H equals 4/5 parentheses 220 minus 28. All right, so we already know that 220 minus 28 is 192. All right. And we need to do 4/5 times 192, which is the same thing as 192 over 1. Okay, so 4 times 192 is 768. So we have 768 over 5. So let's divide 5 into 768. 5 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down the 6. 5 would go into 26 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. 26 minus 25 is 1. Bring down the 8. And 5 goes into 18 3 times. And 3 times 5 is 15. 18 minus 15 is 3. So let's go ahead and put a decimal point and a 0 to bring down. And then 5 goes into 30 exactly 6 times. All right, so our final answer is 153.6 beats per minute. And that's the upper limit. Oops. All right, so that is the end of those notes. So, like I said earlier, I'm planning on having our first test on Monday, and everybody needs to be in this room on Monday at 12:30 to take the test. I would be giving you like a test review, but I've been having so many technical difficulties, I wasn't able to get it done. But I will try to email it to you and also bring some copies to class. For right now, if you just continue to do your homework and, you know, if you want to start reviewing over all of the notes that we